Hey y'all, AG51 Goose here. In this video I'm trying to show us how to land on the carrier. I kind of suck at it, but at least I'll be able to show you a couple of tools you need and the proper procedure for doing it. And you know, practice makes perfect, as they say, right? So one of the things we want to use is the distance from the course line. And that's important because when you're doing your downwind leg, you want to be a mile and a half from the boat. You know, definitely no more than 2 miles, but a mile and a half is real good. And the other thing we need to use is the reciprocal course of the BRC. And I've already called the boat, so in this case I know the BRC is 121. And I had guys tell me that, and I, you know, like, well, where is it? And they say, well, it's on the HSI page in the bottom right corner. And I always had my HSI page up on the left DDI. So, of course, you know, you come in here and you take a look, and you go, well, you got some of the information, but you don't have all of it. The distance doesn't show. So I used to, oh, well, not pay attention to it. But the reason that happens is because on left DDI, there's a chunk there that is reserved for error messages. So we actually have to put the DDI up on, or the HSI up on the right DDI. So we'll do that right now. Pause. And now, as you can see, I am 0.3 from the course line. But of course, as you can also see, I'm not in line with the course line neither. I'm trying to get a little closer to it. So what we're going to use, we'll use our distance from the course line in our brake turn to make sure we don't get too far away from the side of the boat for our downwind leg. And then needing to know the reciprocal course of the BRC is obviously so that we'll fly in perpendicular with the boat when we're on our downwind leg. And to figure out the reciprocal course of the BRC is not that hard, actually. So really, if you're like on the right side of the compass, so that would be from 0, 0, 0 to 180 degrees, just add 200 to your BRC and subtract 20. And if you're on the left side of the compass, which would be 181 to 0, 0, 0 or 360, you would subtract 200 and add 20. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to call the boat, so I know that my BRC is 121. So we add 200 to it, which gives us 321. We take 20 away, which gives us a reciprocal course of 301 degrees. As you can see, very simple to figure out. So we'll use the distance from course line here in our brake turn to judge whether we have to turn sharper or whether we have to decrease our turn if we're turning too sharp, so that we come out at like 1.5 from the side of the boat for our downwind leg when we're on our reciprocal heading. And I'll probably blow that too, because I usually do. But as I said, practice makes perfect, right? Okay, so 3 miles from the boat is the initial, and you can see I'm 3.4. So you want to be at 800 feet, 300 knots, and hook down when you're in the initial. And of course, at 3 miles, you call the boat, tell me you're at initial. I'm not going to do that in this case, but that's would be the procedure to do that. Okay, so I'm going to unpause here and see what kind of damage I can do.
Tower 909, overhead Angels 1, state 10.3.
Okay, so the other thing is when you
Tower, Roger, BRC 121, St. Louis, Charlotte.
Coming into the boat on your initial, you want to be slightly to the starboard side of the boat or right of the boat. And the main reason for that is so that you can look down at the deck and confirm visually that it's not cluttered or, you know, blocked or anything anyway. So I know people will count for their distance when they go past the boat, but I like to use mileage because I think it gives you more accuracy. So at 1 mile I'll start my brake turn, so power off, speed brake out. And the tricky part here is to try not to descend, which is what I usually end up doing. I usually end up down around 100 feet. Pretty much wrong. Okay, you're coming down, and I'm going to take a look here, and I see I am 0.7 on the reciprocal, so I'm going to have to increase this turn. It flaps down full, and as you can see, I'm descending now, but like I said, that's normal for me. 1.5 from the course line. So I'm probably going to be at 1.6 or 1.7 here. So now I'm on the reciprocal. I let the plane climb a bit because I got a little low there. And yeah, I'm 1.8, so that's a little bit further than what I wanted. But that's okay. So we'll add some up trim. And we're in the beam of the boat. So we're going to start our turn in. And like you said, I kind of suck at this. Try and learn how to do it. So on this turn, when you come in behind the boat, you actually want to be at about 400 to 480 feet when you come out lined up with the carrier in this turn. I'm going to turn a little too sharp there. So this is going to be basically getting your turn down here as a visual. Increase my turn a little bit. As you increase your turn, of course, you're going to descend, so you have to give it a little more throttle. And this is the part that makes it tricky, is when you come out of this turn, so that you're not climbing, you know, to hit that throttle just right. And usually you pull it back too far and you sink too fast, and then you got to give it throttle, and then that causes you to float over the carrier. That's the one that I think how most people flow this. And it's actually not turning out too bad. I'm losing my line up a bit here, but that's okay. I'm going to go this way. The descent rate's a little bit high, and that was a little low, but at least I made her. You know, like you say, you get it down right, and you know, you'll put her down properly every time. And again, it's one of those things. It just takes practice. But hopefully this gives you guys a couple of tools to help you get lined up properly with the boat. Alright, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Goose out.